Alright, let's dive into this because, honestly, the world of pro wrestling right now is wild. I mean, think about it, we are in the middle of Season 15, Week 15 of the Cageside Community Wrestler Rankings, and the results. They are not just surprising, they are fascinating. But before we get into the nitty-gritty, let me hit you with a question. What makes a wrestler truly stand out in a week packed with shows like SummerSlam, Dynamite, and the G1 Climax? Is it the in-ring performance? The storytelling? Or is it something more intangible, like the way they connect with the audience? Personally, I think it's a mix of all three, but what makes this really interesting is how fans prioritize these elements differently. Take Oba Femi, for example. He's sitting at the top of the rankings this week, and while his in-ring work is undeniably solid, what's really grabbing people's attention is his presence. There's this aura about him, this confidence that feels like he's not just wrestling, he's ruling. And that's a detail I find fascinating because, in a sport where charisma can often outshine technical skill, Oba is hitting that sweet spot. But here's the thing, what many people don't realize is that his rise isn't just about this week. It's part of a bigger narrative, a story of consistency and growth that's been building for months. If you take a step back and think about it, this isn't just a win, it's a statement. Now, let's talk about Willow Nightingale in second place. Her performance at Redemption was nothing short of iconic, but what's really interesting here is the contrast between her and Oba. Willow's strength lies in her ability to tell a story in the ring, to make you feel every strike, every near fall. In my opinion, that's why she's resonating so strongly with fans. It's not just about winning, it's about making you believe in the journey. And that raises a deeper question. In a world where wrestling is as much about entertainment as it is about competition, how do we balance these two aspects? Then there's the tie for third place between Andrade, El Ídolo, and Raquel Rodriguez. On the surface, it might seem like an odd pairing, but if you dig deeper, it makes sense. Both wrestlers have this unique ability to captivate audiences, whether it's Andrade's smooth, almost effortless style, or Raquel's raw power and intensity. From my perspective, this tie isn't just about their performances, it's about the diversity of what wrestling can be. It's a reminder that there's no one-size-fits-all approach to greatness. But here's where things get really intriguing. Danhausen. He's sitting at number 8 in the weekly rankings, but in the Cageside Cup standings, he's leading with 110 points. What this really suggests is that consistency matters a lot. Danhausen's character work, his ability to entertain week after week, has earned him a loyal following. And while some might write him off as just a comedy wrestler, I think that's a massive oversight. What he's doing is connecting with fans on a level that goes beyond the ring. It's about personality, about creating moments that stick with you long after the show's over. One thing that immediately stands out is how the rankings reflect the current state of wrestling as a whole. You've got veterans like Kenny Omega and CM Punk rubbing shoulders with newcomers like Oba Femi and Willow Nightingale. This isn't just a list of names, it's a snapshot of the industry's evolution. In my opinion, this blend of old and new is what keeps wrestling fresh and exciting. It's a reminder that while traditions matter, innovation is what keeps the sport alive. Now, let's talk about the Cageside Cup standings for a second. Danhausen's lead is impressive, but Oba Femi is closing in fast. This isn't just a race for the top spot, it's a battle of styles, of philosophies. Danhausen's long-term storytelling versus Oba's explosive rise. Personally, I'm rooting for both of them because, in a way, they represent the best of what wrestling has to offer. As we head into Week 16, I can't help but wonder, who's going to step up next? Will we see a surprise contender emerge? Or will the current leaders solidify their positions? What makes this really interesting is the unpredictability of it all. Wrestling is a sport where anything can happen, and that's what keeps us coming back for more. So, here's my closing thought: wrestling isn't just about the matches or the rankings. It's about the stories, the moments, and the connections we make along the way. Whether you're a fan of high-flying acrobatics, hard-hitting strikes, or character-driven comedy, there's something in this sport for everyone. And that, my friends, is why it's so damn captivating. So, what do you think? Who's your pick for Wrestler of the Week? Let me know in the comments, and let's keep this conversation going. Because at the end of the day, wrestling is better when we are all in it together. See you next week.